Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nonstop XP, where we learn from the stupid people on the internet so we don't ever end up in dumbass situations like they do. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Heavenly Controller and a situation that recently happened where people are accusing him of being a sexual predator and stuff like that. From what I could gather, this started a few days ago when Heavenly posted a few screenshots of their chat. I'm not gonna go through the entire thing. There's way too many back and forths and all of that, right? Pretty much what happened was they both met up in chat. They talked for a bit. Heavenly tried to invite her over to stream, but she was out with friends. She stayed out a lot later, I guess, and she was a bit drunk. He still tried to invite her over, and she was like, nah. But then I think things got kind of out of hand when she started to assume that like he was trying to fuck for like a stream. Then that situation kind of came to an end when they stopped having this back and forth. But she still thinks he's a creep for trying to invite her over at 5 a.m. while she was drunk. So my thoughts on that was, even if he was trying to smash, it doesn't matter. He wasn't like forcing her or blackmailing her or even bribing her with anything. There's no indication that he was, being a fucking like a Harvey Weinstein, there's no indication of that. So yeah, and then today actually someone named Lil Etchy Gal Kimi posted a tweet longer talking about her experience with Heavenly between 2019 and now. And it's pretty much only summed up to two instances where she felt uncomfortable, I guess. Right, and I say I guess because in the tweet longer, I'm not even going to go through all of this either, right? But in the tweet longer, she explains that they had a extremely flirtatious friendship, right? I've had extremely flirtatious friendships in the past, like when I was much younger, like when I was like around 16, 17, around that age, right? And that pretty much means a lot of groping, a lot of sexual jokes and stuff like that, right? A lot of back and forths of that nature. So I just want to put that out there first before I move forward. So pretty much what she says is she invited him over to their Airbnb, and her mom was there, her friend was there, but Heavenly was like caressing her and stuff, so she made excuses to get up and go and come back and all of that. But my thing is that you already said that you were both giving off this extremely flirtatious vibe, right? And you even further went on to say that you would be cheeky with him from time to time, which, if y'all guys don't know what that means, like cheeky means like playing a lot of like jokes with each other and pushing the boundaries like a little bit, but just like not too far. And as I said, I've experienced this when I was younger. I've experienced this just before I got into a serious relationship, and that's pretty much how it goes. This all leads into the next thing that everyone seems to be ranting and raving about, where they were about to go to the club, and she had to get her phone or something like that, use the bathroom or something, and the way she framed it is she said that Heavenly was like hiding behind a wall. He said he didn't do that, and he waited for her to come out, and he pulled her by her waist and he tried to make his move on her, and she said she pushed him off, and then that was that. So what exactly is the problem here? I've done that exact same thing on a few girls, and in one instance where she turned me down, I was just like, okay, right? Most girls don't make the first move, man. A lot of the times you have to cross that line in order to get anywhere, right? Otherwise they're gonna see you as too scared or not worth their time. Right, this whole thing where everyone's talking about, ooh, he touched her without consent and all this bullshit, bro. If it was like that, she would have made a scene, and on that night everyone would have known about it. If she had no type of sexual attraction towards him, we would have known about this long ago. Bro, what the fuck are y'all talking about, man? Like, seriously, y'all talking about this guy should be in prison over a failed attempt at getting someone who has obviously stated that they were interested in this guy in the past. And here's the other thing too, right? You were in a relationship, whether it was stable or not. You were meeting up with this guy, you were giving off this sexual tension, because that's what flirtation is. I don't give a fuck what y'all try to pretend that flirting is innocent and all this nonsense. We're adults, okay? right? If you're flirting with someone and you're giving this extremely flirtatious like vibe, it's a proper indication that you want to smash, man. Like let's not pretend this is something else. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on the matter, man. I think that this thing is being blown way out of proportion. Y'all could call me a fucking fanboy if y'all want. I don't really give a shit, right? I think this is just, because the way I'm reading this, it just comes off as a failed attempt at a girl who wasn't sure of what she wanted. And after some years down the road, she comes out and she's like, ooh, he assaulted me, you know? So, I mean, she didn't really say that. The fans are kind of saying that, but it's pretty much, you know, it's like a package deal. But yeah, the whole situation where he kind of went live and put his foot in his mouth, that was kind of dumb, right? Man, he should have just owned it. Like, Heavenly, you should have just owned that shit. You should have just been like, oh yeah, I remember this. I made a move on her. She was like, nah. And I was like, okay, cool, right? And then we went downstairs. Because that's exactly what the fuck happened. This isn't sounding like, oh, he held her down and he started caressing her and he started like touching up her box, man. Like yo, it doesn't sound like anything predatory like that, right? And I keep seeing things like where they're saying like fans, he's been sexually harassing fans, right? And a lot of other women, and I'm not seeing anything. Like, bro, if Heavenly is actually a predator and I start seeing fucking actual proof of him doing some actual freaky shit, then I'm gonna be, yeah, fuck that guy, he's a piece of shit. But as of right now, I'm not seeing anything, and based off of how people are actually celebrating this guy's downfall, they're like celebrating that he is in hot water, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is just one of those situations where everyone's bandwagoning and they just kind of hope that he, you know, 100% gets dragged. And these fucking bandwagoning idiots even try to drag Griffey into this, man. Like, yo, how stupid do you have to fucking be? Like, Jesus Christ. So, let me know what you think, man. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. And, like, give me your honest thoughts. Try to take your emotions out of it. Like, put yourself in that scenario, right? And give me your thoughts, leave a comment, like or dislike the video, right? Subscribe if you're into invincible content, because that's what I'm kind of doing right now. And yeah, y'all have a good fucking day. Alright, later.
The most effective way to cancel someone is to create our own narrative and turn a subgroup against that celebrity.